Hi everyone. So my name is Helen of Venus Nutrition, and I'm a nutritional therapist and health coach. And I'm joined today by Sarah Goldsack. Sarah, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name's Sarah Goldsack and I run Go Figure exercise classes and we are now online.
Fantastic.
So we've created this short video to help you make the first steps to lose your corona stone and to get your wellbeing protection plan in place. So Helen, what are some of the main challenges that your clients are facing at the moment during this time?
Okay, so I would say that lots of people are reporting that their relationship with food has really changed during lockdown. So they're finding themselves raiding the fridge and snacking more, probably because they've got access to more options. And they've started putting on weight. Their emotions are all over the place. I found that's a kind of common theme when I'm speaking to people. Then they're feeling tired, they've got mood swings, cravings have increased, and they're finding it difficult to find focus and to feel motivated about certain things. And then, of course, they're relying on kind of chocolate, caffeine, alcohol to give them that boost. So what about you, Sarah? What are you finding when you're talking to your clients?
So we went online almost immediately as soon as the lockdown happened. So because we have a lot of clients, and so we went on to online immediately and a lot of people came with us. Some people thought this isn't going to be very long, I'll just kind of sit it out and wait for the face-to-face classes to go back on, and they ended up coming along and joining us because obviously this is going to be quite a long time and we're not going to get face-to-face, particularly with exercise classes, for a very long time. And what they found with that gap between having us face-to-face and then having us online was that they'd sort of lost their structure to the day and a routine that they'd really enjoyed from doing regular exercise classes, and with that they sort of lost motivation, and then obviously the eating side was suffering as well. But once they came on board, they found that they had that motivation. It was very inspiring. They felt that it was face-to-face, because even though you're there and I'm here and they're the other side of the screen, actually you can get a really, really good rapport, and you can get that feeling of having somebody in your house. And a lot of what we do is live in the same way you do it. I mean, the way you're going to run this plan, I was very lucky to be on the last one that you ran, and what's really good about it is it's so interactive.
Yes.
And you're contacting us on so many different platforms that it gives you that structure that I think you need mentally and physically to really, be successful at both your eating and your exercise habits.
Yeah. Okay.
So why do you think this is happening?
So I think that it's basically the kind of the snacking and the eating more than maybe we need is it's been shown that kind of during periods of heightened stress, it affects people's relationship with food. And we know that from before the whole coronavirus thing. It was, people, if they were stressed about work or about family or whatever, then that would affect their relationship with food. So it's exactly the same. And we currently have that double whammy of being confined to our homes most of the time in close proximity to the fridge, which is, all food cupboard, and that's kind of adding to the problem. And also, as you said, their routines have been turned upside down. So before lockdown, we would have had breakfast at a certain time, we would have left the school, do the school run or get into work, and coming home at a particular time, and those sort of fixed times have gone. And there are so many reasons we eat when we're not hungry. So either boredom or stress or loneliness. We want to kind of move away from an uncomfortable feeling, and that's how we sort of start to distract ourselves with food.
I've talking about the mental health side of it as well, and the stress side of it. One thing that exercise does, and we offer a lot of different types of classes, so we have everything from Zumba to Pilates, and one of the things we have as well is exercise snacks and sort of little small workouts that you can fit in through the day, so they almost become more like physical activity rather than exercise. And what all exercise does is it plays with your sympathetic nervous system and your parasympathetic nervous system, which is your parasympathetic nervous system is your rest and digest,
Yeah.
And then your sympathetic, obviously you know this, but there's sympathetic, and I'm sure a lot of people out here listening do, but I'm just going to go over it anyway. Sympathetic is your fight and flight. So when you look at eating, a lot of people, when I first talk to people, they look at eating as just a way of either gaining or losing weight.
Yeah.
And then they look at exercise in the same way, gaining or losing weight. You really, to get the most out of it, you've got to look at it as a much bigger package. It affects, exercise and eating affects every system in your body.
Yeah.
And specifically your mental well-being, and that's really important. It doesn't matter how fat or thin you are, or you know, or how toned your muscles are. If you, in your mind, and your stomach is churning and your head is in a mess, how can you enjoy your life and feel good about yourself? You need structure, you need routine, you need healthy diet, and you need regular exercise. And that is really what we're offering as a whole package. We're not just saying to you, you're going to get thin and you're going to look fantastic. Yes, you're going to be, you know, look fabulous, but more importantly, you're going to feel so much better.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, when, you know, the thing that people often forget about stress is that it destabilizes blood sugar. And I've seen that in clinic when I've got clients who actually are monitoring their insulin, and how, you know, if they're stressed, then that can really affect, even if they're eating a really low sugar diet, it can still destabilize. And then when your blood sugars are destabilized, then you kind of, you do seek out things like caffeine, and then that increases the cravings, and, you know, you're just in this cycle. It disturbs your sleep, which again then leads to more anxiety. And then that, you know, so this whole sort of, that then pushes the snacking. So you get in this kind of cycle of cravings and poor food choices, not eating proper meals, blood sugars kind of, I know we'll talk about the blood sugar roller coaster. And so, you know, we feel like sometimes we eat to kind of fill a gap and to help us stay happy and focused. And some, you know, sometimes it's not always the best kind of route to go.
Yeah, well, as I told you before, as people that have heard this before and I've spoken to you about it before, last July, Al, my husband, he went on, he started to follow your program, and he's now lost 4 stone, and he feels fantastic. And it's not, he's not on a diet.
No.
He isn't craving at anything. He's not going without. He's looking and feeling absolutely fantastic, and he's really enjoying the food that he's eating, whereas before he'd sort of do the typical bloke thing, you know, which is sort of starve and then binge, and then starve and then binge, or do some really bizarre, you know, diet, and it never worked. And he sort of obviously went up to sort of over 19 stone, and I mean, he's a big lad, but 19 stone was far too much. And now he's lost 4 stone, and everywhere we go, everybody says he looks, you know, fantastic, younger. They've stopped asking him if he's my dad now.
Oh, great. So I think, you know, so one of the things is to, you know, to focus on breaking the pattern. This is what we're looking to do. So whilst kind of the odd week of kind of crazed eating or drinking is a, you know, small price to pay, we think, but as you said, you know, just as we started, this has been going on for a long time, and it's not going to change very soon. So, you know, it's really important for people to get their blood sugars balanced. And I'd say the first step that people can take is to get their snacking sorted out.
So what snack choices can help with this?
Well, I would go, you know, the key thing is to go for something with protein and carbohydrates. So, you know, there's lots of different options available, but that's the key. What the protein does is it stops the fast absorption of carbohydrates. So you could have if you're going to have a piece of fruit, because lots of people snack on fruit, I would always say have some protein with it. So that's a pinch of nuts, or my daughter's favourite, like peanut butter with some apple slices or something like that. I love things like celery sticks stuffed with peanut butter. So there's a peanut butter theme in our house, which is something my mum used to give me. You know, we used to have like carrot sticks and peanut butter and things like that. Vegetables with some hummus, again, really popular. So it doesn't need to be, you know, super complicated. But protein is key.
Walnuts, and I have walnuts and then cheese.
Lovely. And that's another great. Great.
I think people get to about you get to about sort of 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon, and that's sort of more of a trigger time for me. And
Yeah,
I always kind of think, what should I have? And of course, the easiest thing was always like a piece of toast or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
I've always eaten very, very well, very, very healthy. But since doing your um, one last summer, and then obviously the one since then, it's given me the tools. That's what we need.
yeah,
It's all very well putting your shopping list together, but when you're busy and you're so used to just saying, I buy this, 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 and this, and what it did was it opened up, oh, I can, it's obvious when you
yeah,
say it, but you need somebody to sort of put it in front of you sometimes, I think. And so now in the afternoon I'll have walnuts or pecans and a piece of cheese, stuff like that, because obviously as well as we get older, the other very important thing about protein is that we must ensure that we increase our muscle mass
yes, of course.
as we get older. And of course, protein is the one thing that we really will really help. So not only will it stabilize your blood sugar and it's good for you, it stops the cravings, but also everybody out there, you need to be eating protein for muscle.
Yeah, because we do. I mean, I always say this to particularly my women who've gone through the menopause, is their muscle mass it kind of goes on this plane. And you're right, you need to be doing weight bearing exercise and eating protein to be able to, to stop that fall, which of course, because it's so important for bone health as well.
So we hope you will take on this challenge to change your snack habit so that you can easily keep your distance from the fridge and the food cupboard. Helen and I have a mission to help you look and feel your best during this period. And we have created a wellbeing protection plan for you. It is a 28-day online healthy eating and fitness plan called Summer Recharge. And we provide accountability, motivation, lots of mini challenges, daily tips, and a mixture of video and written content to move you forward. Camaraderie, feedback, everybody enjoys this.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's the thing. You were talking about sort of inspiration earlier, and what I find is that people find, because we share photos of food, you don't have to do that, but that is the thing. You'll find that one person shares one bit of a meal that they've done, and then everyone follows suit because they see it and they think, oh God, yeah, that looks good. I'm just going to briefly share the recipe pack so that people can see what we're going to be having. Now, Sarah's already seen this. This is literally hot off the press. So let me just open this up.
So I've already seen this, and I must honestly, this is a fantastic recipe pack, and it's got lots. If you've done the programs before, this has got a lot of new recipes and ideas, and I just think it's really important to have lots of tools in your tool bag, isn't it, Helen?
Yeah, absolutely. So we can see here, so we've got this is the different breakfast, lunch and dinner options. You can see that it sort of has a bit of a Mediterranean feel about it because it's summer and we want lots of nice kind of light meals. And what's brand new to the pack is we've got a nice selection of barbecue and picnic options, so really nice healthy picnic and barbecue things to have. And then here we can see, as we go into it, we've got lots of probably the most favourite recipe of all time, the good old banana pancakes, which everybody loves.
Who's still eating those?
I know. I've had clients who've said to me, I hate bananas and I hate blueberries, and they end up having banana pancakes with blueberries. So there's lots of, it's eggs, there's some savoury dishes, there's lots of different options there. I'm just going to stop that and let's go back. Yeah. So hopefully that's given everybody a kind of a taste as to what they can expect. Sarah, could you just tell us a little bit about what we can expect from the videos, the fitness videos, which I'm really looking forward to getting involved.
So what happens is when you sign up and join us, what happens is, as far as the exercise is concerned, is that we will add you to a Facebook group, which is a private group. If you're not on Facebook, that's absolutely fine. You can access all of our videos via our website, and we just give you a password and they're all on there. So if you are able to join us in Facebook, then the classes are live 6 days a week. We then load them onto the website so you can access them that way as well. And we run Zumba, Pilates. We have a class called Fit, which is a functional interesting training, and that is like a body conditioning class. We're also doing another class called Bikini Boot Camp. We've got Tone to the Rhythm. We've got Sosa, which is a low impact dance class. We've got Strictly Fit, which is all the dances from Strictly. And also what we're doing is exercise snacks. So little 10-15 minute workouts that you can do throughout the day. You can just pluck them out and do them. And also another thing that a lot of women have been saying to us is they've got weak in their upper body. So they want to strengthen shoulders and arms, but where do they start? In core.
Yeah.
So we've got this, what we're doing is I'm showing you how to build up your strength, because what people tend to do is they tend to sort of, if that's your curve to get really strong, they're coming up here with heavy weights and a long class, and then they're kind of finding they've got joint problems and it's just too hard. Then you've got that awful muscle pain and you can't do anything. So little coming up in stages, and we're basically loading those all on either to the website, either to the Facebook group, and you can just go on, and they're available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So you can go on anytime and structure the workouts.
Right, sounds brilliant. I can't wait to. I'm in the group already, but I'm going to be in the group from next week, which is great. And I love the idea of those of the shorter ones as well, so that, you know, if people are working at home and they're finding it difficult, you know, to commit to bigger periods of time, then obviously they can do the shorter ones as well. So if if you want to get your wellbeing protection plan in place, come and join us. It's an amazing, only £65 for the 4 weeks, and you'll find all of the information on the websites. I'm going to add the link into at the end of the video as well. And yeah, so thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks everybody. And if you have any questions and you want to send Helen or I an email, just to sort of, if you want us to clarify anything that we've said today, then that's absolutely fine. If you want to do a 24-hour free trial, if you're not sure about the exercise with us, then you're very welcome to do that. So just, again, drop me an email and I can add you to the group, and you can go in and have a look and see what you think about the classes, just to see if it's for you. But we've got all, I will say, we've got all ages and we've got all abilities, and I will work with you on your goals. So, you know, we can work together for sure.
Brilliant. Thank you so much.